Even the very first lines of the book, I feel it every time we're on these calls that you're not reading these words by accident. You're not on this call by accident. You and I are connected, and I believe you were led to this book or this call at this point in time for a specific reason. Love is one of the most powerful forces in you. Never underestimate what it can do. And today's call is really about that, about letting yourself be loved, letting yourself be guided by love. And what are the divine synchronicities that happen in that space? And so many divine synchronicities led you to here. For you, your unique piece of the puzzle to come in.
So many people on this call have spoken eloquently about how much this community means to them. To us, the most beautiful thing about reading this book was that it introduced us to this community. I mean, just think of that. How rare is it that you could communicate with all these people all over the world, be with them, share with them, feel their love every single Sunday? I feel Dr. Naram had that feeling of the suffering of humanity, and he dedicated his life to bringing the ancient secrets to every heart and home in the world to alleviate suffering. And when we join this call every Sunday, so many of us express their suffering and their vulnerability so beautifully.
The wave comes over us and we're tumbling and we're in grief and we're in panic and we're in beam me up, Scotty. We have each other and we have our own inner wisdom, and we can come up and choose to know through faith and love and connection and our own essence of love and divinity that we will be and we are all right.
So many people speak of terrible illnesses that they suffered from for so long, and doctors said they couldn't be cured of.
I struggled with bulimia for 21 years. I didn't know how to lose weight. I kept re-injuring myself when I worked out. I had the emotional eating come back.
I cannot tell you how much money I spent. I had back pain, chronic lower back pain, knee pain, and the hormones and the weight loss and the mood and the energy. I mean, I literally would fly myself places to go see people.
I've spent the last 7-8 years as a performer dancing for Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas, representing the Michael Jackson family. And at the end of my career 2 years ago, I had an accident on stage, and it ended up rupturing my L4 and my L5 disc. And for the last 2 years, I've lived in a chronic state of pain on a level 10 and above.
And then they learned about the ancient secrets, and they were cured in a short time.
So I just stayed with it and stayed with it. And then it was these profound healings and breakthroughs that happened. It was finally losing the weight, which was really amazing. But I didn't even realize how much mischief was behind it, just believing I would never find love and the emotional eating stuff that was going on in the cycling. And I didn't realize how much the pain was actually draining me every single day. I think it was 5 weeks and I had my first pain-free day. 6 weeks into it, I literally was living pain-free, and still to this day, I'm living pain-free.
I have a new zest for life. And with the beautiful Hmong soup that Dr. Clint Rogers has prescribed for me for the last 30 days, I have more clarity and more ability so that I can continue to rehabilitate myself. And it wasn't through Western practice medicine. It wasn't through my doctors. It wasn't through medication.
Thank you, Clint. Thank you.
Everyone has their own heartache, their illness, their emotional pain.
But when we put these principles in place, we get our diet in balance. We get our mind in balance. We don't engage with that level of suffering any longer. We engage in possibility and probability and joy. I have experienced it. I never thought that I would. This is the power of what we are doing every single week, is applying these principles. You know, it's not easy to make these changes. We have 1 foot in and 1 foot out and 1 foot in and 1 foot out. But when you deep dive, there is joy on the other side.
We have this beautiful opportunity to join together to express how we feel about what we're going through, to be vulnerable.
I've had a little miracle on this call just from listening to Heidi's emotional share earlier. And it's an example of the synchronicity we've been talking about and the love that we all share one another, where one person can talk, in this case Heidi, and this Shakti energetic transmission comes through the screen, touches my heart, and releases these hurt feelings I was feeling for a dear friend, and it's just gone. And it's such, these are the miracles we have. And as we know, love is its own healing medicine.
And feel the oneness of love that we live in. That is truly a miracle.
Never in my life, over 4 decades of spiritual practice and spiritual communities, have I experienced the level of deep, authentic love as I do in this community here.
Namaste to everyone. I'm so glad you were all able to make today's call. This is truly a divine blessing for me to be a part of this community. Like I told Dr. Clint yesterday, this whole experience with the book and Irish Shakti is changing my life and saving my life. I hope you all will experience such amazing blessings.
And here we are on this planet, all together as one. There is no us versus them. There's just an us. And probably in the most exciting time we've ever lived. And at a point in time where your gift matters so much.
Love you and I'm with you.
Love you, Pat. I love you, Jane. I love you, Mike. I love you, Jamie. Love you. We love you, Esther Francis. You, Dr. Clint.
I invite you to read this book again and again and give it as a gift to whom you love the most. It can change your life forever. I love you. Namaskar.